The world is full of mountains that remain hidden from most travelers. These places are far from the usual tourist paths, untouched and mysterious. Some hold ancient stories and legends, while others are simply raw, wild landscapes. Their cliffs, forests, and cloud-covered peaks feel like scenes from another world. Today, we take a closer look at the most secret mountain wonders waiting to be discovered. Songshan stands tall with steep cliffs and peaks about 4,920 feet high, covered in dense forests, creating a majestic yet peaceful scene. Early mornings here are filled with white mist, making every path, gorge, and large rock appear magical and enchanting. Winding trails hug the mountain slopes, guiding travelers through lush forests to breathe fresh, open air. This area is famous as the birthplace of Zen Buddhism and Shaolin martial arts, where monks once trained for over 1,500 years. Mossy stone steps and ancient temples hidden under old trees still preserve the traces of generations of monks who sought peace here. Locals believe every rock, tree, and cliff holds the energy of heaven and earth and keeps the spirit of ancient monks. A legend says that on full moon nights, standing deep in the forest, you may hear breathing and soft footsteps, like ancient monks still practicing quietly in the mountain mist. Fanjingshan is about 8,200 feet high among majestic wild mountains, where nature still preserves its pristine and charming beauty. Unique-shaped vertical rock peaks rise tall among a sea of white clouds, creating an impressive, rare natural painting. Lush forests cover the mountain slopes, interwoven with giant limestone blocks, highlighting a striking contrast between hard rock and soft greenery. In early morning sunlight shines through tree canopies onto mountain peaks, making the scenery strangely mystical and peaceful. Since ancient times, locals say Fanjingshan was a sacred land, where pilgrims crossed rugged mountains to pray for peace. The combination of majestic natural beauty and mysterious spiritual stories makes Fanjingshan an impressive and meaningful destination. Mount Longhu stands out with winding ranges and steep cliffs, creating a majestic landscape attracting the eyes of visitors from afar. Natural rocks with unique shapes lie among lush green forests all year, bringing a wild and fresh beauty. The peak, about 4,000 feet high, is often lost in a sea of clouds, making the whole scene misty and unforgettable. A gentle river flows around the mountain's base, adding harmony and a rare, peaceful feeling to the scenery. Mount Longhu is the cradle of Chinese Taoism, once a place of cultivation, leaving many precious historical marks. Traditional Taoist festivals are still maintained, showing the community's rich spiritual life and deep faith. Legend says, on moonlit nights, ancient Taoist figures quietly walk on the mountain slope, creating a sacred and mysterious atmosphere. Wunu Mountain appears majestic with steep cliffs blending with fresh green forests, creating a vast and attractive scene for travelers to admire. From the mountaintop over 2,000 feet high, visitors can enjoy panoramic views of broad valleys and a soft, winding river below in a peaceful setting. Strange rock formations and ancient trees clinging to cliffs make the landscape even more wild and fascinating to anyone who comes to visit. This place was once home to the ancient Gaoguli fortress, leaving behind old ramparts and stone wells, recalling a glorious heroic period in history. Local people see Wunu Mountain as sacred land, closely tied to their old cultural traditions and pride in the unyielding spirit of their ancestors. The legend of 5 brave girls sacrificing to defend the mountain makes this place even more sacred and mysterious on quiet, moonlit nights. Laojian Mountain rises magnificently with granite ranges, peaks about 7,482 feet high, covered in green forests, creating a strong but peaceful landscape. Jigwan Cave is called a palace underground, with strangely shaped stalactites shining under the light. Winding stone paths curve around mountain slopes, taking visitors through pristine scenery, enjoying cool, fresh air all year. This is a sacred land tied to Taoism, said to be where Lao Zai once practiced and taught blending with heaven and earth. Ancient marks remain on cliff walls, showing a glorious period of Eastern Taoist culture. Locals believe that every stone and tree here holds sacred energy and keeps the spirit of ancient Taoist masters. A legend says that on moonlit nights, the shadow of an old Taoist with a bamboo staff quietly appears on mountain slopes in the mist, making the atmosphere even more mysterious. Jiuzhaigou captivates every gaze with lush green valleys stretching about 20 miles, where clear lakes scatter, reflecting the sky and surrounding forests. Large lakes gleam with calm turquoise surfaces, some reaching depths of about 300 feet, allowing visitors to see old tree trunks at the bottom. Along narrow mountain trails, coniferous forests cover slopes interspersed with white waterfalls cascading from dozens of feet, creating a harmony of water sounds and forest breezes. Especially in autumn, Jiuzhaigou wears a brilliant coat of yellow, orange, and red mixed with deep blue lakes, turning the scenery vibrant like a painting. Locals believe Jiuzhaigou is a sacred land protected by spirits, where lakes and forests have souls so small, temples are often built along lakesides as offerings of faith. Standing in this space, Jiuzhaigou is not just a scenic spot, but a place where nature and human spirit blend, making visitors feel weightless before its pure, peaceful, colorful beauty. Hulunbuir grassland stretches over 38,000 square miles and is one of the largest and most untouched grasslands left in the world. The Murgel River winds more than 114 miles, like a silver ribbon across the grassland, reflecting the sky and creating a peaceful and dreamy scene. In summer, the fields glow green without end, and in winter, the snow turns the whole land into something like a fairy tale world. Local people like the Mongols and Yuwenki still live a nomadic life, staying in tents, riding horses, and sharing ancient heroic tales. They believe offering mare's milk by the river will bring peace and protect their animals from sickness and wild winds. Mount Lu is a famous mountain with majestic scenery where clouds and rocky peaks blend into a landscape both grand and mystical. Mountaintops over 4,700 feet high are often covered in mist, making the area look like a floating world above the clouds. Every morning after rain, the cloud wave appears as clouds roll like waterfalls over valleys, forming a stunning sea of mist. Ancient forests cover the mountain slopes, releasing a soft fragrance and sheltering rare animals and plants that still survive. Mount Lu was once a place for monks and Taoist masters to meditate, creating ancient philosophies and poetry with spiritual depth. Locals tell stories about the cloud spirit, a giant white figure seen in the mist that shocked those who witnessed it. Some claim they heard chanting from within the clouds, though the surroundings were silent, as if voices came from another world. Tianzhuzai Scenic Area is about 5,500 feet high, with wild forests and clouds all around, making the view feel like a dream. The ancient forest has many old trees and rare plants, creating a natural world that is very hard to find elsewhere. Clear streams run through the mountain valleys and fall into white waterfalls that echo with beautiful natural sounds. Early in the morning, or after heavy rain, clouds cover the valleys and make people feel like they are standing in heaven. Natural stone arches in the forest are called heaven gates and are seen as sacred places with old traditional rituals. A legend says those who pass through the gate when clouds are thick may hear voices and see strange green lights deep in the forest. Local people believe this area connects sky and earth, so they hold forest rituals every year to pray for good crops and peace. Some people say they got lost in the fog and entered a dreamlike state, which makes this area feel full of mystery. Enshi Grand Canyon appears with vertical limestone cliffs over 1,600 feet high, forming a giant stone wall surrounding a majestic and mysterious space. Along the canyon, clear streams flow through small rock gaps, reflecting clouds and sky, making the scenery lively and unusually poetic. In spring, colorful wildflowers bloom brightly, adding a strong, vibrant life to the cold gray stone mountains. On sunny autumn days, forests turn yellow and red, covering the slopes, making the canyon look like a brilliant nature painting. Old legends say Tujia people living on steep cliffs hung bamboo baskets outside to store food, fighting against harsh nature. The majestic scenery, combined with mysterious tales, makes this place always give visitors a feeling of awe and curiosity to explore. Wudang Mountain has more than 70 rocky peaks, with the tallest rising over 5,000 feet and often covered in mist all year round. Thick ancient forests, winding underground streams, and steep cliffs create a peaceful and lively mountain ecosystem. Stone paths curve along the slopes and feel like walking into a world where time slows down in nature's breath. Locals believe this place holds powerful energy, where heaven and earth meet and spiritual forces flow through the rocks. Temples, altars, and old stone carvings show the path of monks and their teachings about balance with the universe. A legend says that some monks reached a level where they turned to energy and left only robes on the windy mountain peak. Some climbers said they felt weightless at the top, as if floating upward, blurring the line between real and unreal. Mount May rises majestically with steep rocky ranges over 1,000 feet high, covered in green trees, creating a powerful and lively scene. In the morning, white clouds float around the mountain slopes, making the space seem like a mythical world in real life. Morning sunlight shines through the mist, lighting up gray cliffs, causing the mountain's colors to shift at every moment of the day. Dark green forests stretch across the slopes, creating a clear contrast with the steep, dry stone walls that are strikingly attractive. Long ago, monks chose Mount Ime as a place to practice because they believed it was a sacred meeting point of heaven, earth, and nature. The combination of majestic scenery and deep spiritual culture makes Mount Ime a truly unique and unforgettable destination. Shenong Mountain is about 1,380 feet high, standing out among rocky cliffs with rugged terrain, dense forests, and cool air throughout the year. Its rich plant life includes hundreds of rare medicinal herbs, many said to be discovered by Shenong while testing remedies for humanity. Forest paths are often covered in thick fog, and rays of light breaking through the trees create a dreamlike gateway into a sacred world. On cliff surfaces, visitors can see carved symbols and ancient scripts believed to be remnants of early healing knowledge or protective magic. A small lake near the peak, called the Spirit Lake, often emits a bluish mist during full moon nights, forming a surreal and unexplained scene. Some say they've heard mysterious whispers from within the mountain at night, even when no wind or movement is present, as if Shenong's spirit lingers. The mountain's mix of majestic nature and deep spiritual power has made it a sacred site for Taoists, herbal doctors, and those seeking awakening. Stone cliffs over 300 feet high cover Yaoshan like a giant wall of heaven, dividing nature into grand vertical layers wrapped in mist all year round. Morning sunlight passes through rocky gaps, forming heavenly beams that shine onto old stone paths where ancient footsteps still seem to echo through time. Waterfalls over 160 feet tall crash from the mountaintop, creating booming sounds like heavenly drums that pulse through hollow canyons and make the land feel alive. In the mist stands a giant statue over 420 feet high, its unmoving eyes appearing to watch human thoughts across generations, past and present. During thunderstorms, some claim they've seen a red flash from the statue's head that lasted seconds but left no trace on any camera. Deep cave systems beneath the mountain are believed by locals to carry sacred energy, as chanting sounds have been heard without any visible source. Many people leave this place feeling strangely quiet inside, as if they had touched something beyond what the current world can understand. Huanglong makes a strong impression with multi-level pools stretching along the mountainside with clear water lying quietly among vast forests. The lake's clear water reflects the sky and trees, creating a natural picture that brings peace and fascination to anyone who looks at it. In autumn, the golden color of leaves blends with the lake's blue surface, making the whole landscape bright and unusually attractive in soft sunlight. A water rainbow appears when sunlight passes through mist, making the water surface sparkle beautifully as if touched by light. Huanglong is a sacred land in Tibetan beliefs with faith that gods reside here, protecting the peacefulness of the majestic forests. Ancestor worship and prayer rituals are solemnly held by locals, showing deep respect for nature and the surrounding land and sky. A legend says the pools and streams here are the transformed body of a golden dragon, giving mysterious and sacred beauty to this mountain area. Sanshan's scenic area is famous for three ancient peaks standing tall beside the Yangtze River, creating a majestic and rare landscape. The cliffs covered in moss rise over 328 feet, reflecting on calm waters, bringing a strong yet poetic beauty. Every morning, mist covers the scene, making mountains and river blend into a charming and mysterious view. The contrast between somber grey rocks and deep blue river creates a vast and delicate space. Legend says this place was a fierce battlefield during the Three Kingdoms, where generals fought fiercely between mountains and waves. This unique natural beauty, combined with deep history and mysterious stories, makes Sanshan an unforgettable destination for visitors. Mount Wutai is over 9,842 feet high, with 5 peaks in a crescent shape, creating a majestic and harmonious natural scene. The scenery here stands out with lush green grasslands mixed with ancient pine forests covering the mountain slopes. The air is cool and fresh all year, helping visitors enjoy peaceful retreats in the wild mountain nature. Strong contrast between steep grey cliffs and soft green vegetation creates impressive beauty found in few other places. In winter, snow covers the peaks white, combined with mist, making the landscape harsh, pure, and visually captivating. Mount Wutai is known as a sacred land, once visited by many famous monks for meditation and prayer. The story of a monk meditating 7 years on the highest peak earns visitors' admiration for deep spiritual calmness and determination. Mount Huaguo appears with rocky ranges and green forests, creating a wild and charming natural space that attracts visitors from near and far. Unique rock formations and clear streams winding through the slopes make the landscape more lively with pure natural beauty. In spring, wildflowers bloom brightly all over the hills, blending with green leaves, making the scenery colorful and full of life. Mount Huaguo is famous for its link to the figure of Sun Wukong, making this place rich in culture and a favorite destination for many people. Local people still keep traditional festivals honoring the story of this legendary hero in folk culture. Ancient stone tablets with Chinese characters remain on mountain slopes, adding an old charm and deep cultural value to this site. Legend says that on bright moonlit nights, mysterious laughter echoes from the cliffs, making the place more sacred and strangely mystical. Mangdang Mountain is not tall, but stretches like the spine of a giant creature at rest, with stone ridges twisting like exposed tendons of ancient earth. Caves deep within have dome-shaped ceilings, and standing in the center creates echoes that sound like steady breathing from something alive. There is a narrow forest path where crossing suddenly chills your body, as if entering another space, even on a hot, sunny day. At dawn, light bends through mist to form vertical beams known locally as pillars of energy, believed to signal the gathering of sacred forces. A large round boulder in the valley, weighing several tons, rotates slightly with strong wind, yet no one understands how or why it moves. A monk once meditated here for 3 years, then vanished without a trace, leaving behind only a dented rock where he sat and his staff still standing. No one dares sleep alone in the deepest cave, where metallic clinks against stone echo at midnight, like a gate beneath the earth slowly unlocking. Baiyun Mountain stretches about 50 miles, with winding ranges covered by green pine forests year-round, creating a fresh and expansive space. The highest peak is about 7,200 feet, where white clouds wrap around the mountain all year, blending it into the vast sky. Along the slopes, countless small streams wind through rocks, making clear sounds that let visitors feel peace amid majestic nature. Baiyun is famous not only for its beauty, but also its sacred atmosphere, as a place where hermits once practiced seeking inner peace. Locals say that when night falls, faint lights sometimes move on the slopes, like spirits of ancient monks wandering the deep forest. Standing atop the peak, looking down endless ridges covered in white clouds, form a vast sea of mist, cleansing the soul. The harmony of fresh nature, quiet forests, and mysterious tales has made Baiyun a place where visitors feel lighthearted and calm.